Before any examination, before any microscope, the body already knows. It sends silent signals, small energy dips, strange lapses, sensations that don't fit into simple explanations. Most people ignore them. They laugh, rationalize, push it aside. But some warning signs aren't talking about stress or common fatigue. They're talking about things hidden in your DNA that even make scientists uncomfortable. And no, that's not an exaggeration. What few people tell you is that certain initial symptoms aren't defects, they're clues. Ancient fragments, dormant codes, biological memories that never passed through your consciousness remain active, influencing decisions, emotions, and even the limits of your body. When these mechanisms begin to manifest, hidden symptoms emerge that seem disconnected. Anxiety without reason, a repeating pattern, fatigue that doesn't go away. The problem is that when you don't ignore them, you start to see something that changes everything. The uncomfortable truth is that the body perceives danger before the mind understands the whole story. These are the signs your body is telling you that something bigger is operating behind the scenes, something that doesn't show up in common exams, but that shapes who you are. And the good news? When you learn to read these early warning signs, you stop being a hostage to them. What seemed like a threat becomes an advantage. What seemed like chaos becomes a map, and that's exactly what you're about to discover now. Out-of-place activation. He often explains that out-of-place activation is like a switch that turns on at the wrong time, and the body tries to warn you with silent signals. When a gene is activated in the wrong place, early warning signs appear that may seem trivial, but are not. Strange fatigue, memory lapses, exaggerated reactions, initial symptoms that many people decide not to ignore. Oops. Ignore. The mentor reminds us that the body's signals don't shout. They whisper, like hidden symptoms asking for attention. That's why observing your own daily rhythm becomes a habit. Noting your sleep, mood, and focus helps you read the signals your body is sending you. A simple action is to keep a body diary for 14 days, noting energy levels, pain, and food intake. Thus, silent symptoms cease to be a mystery and become useful information. He also comments that the problem isn't the gene, it's the context. And that's where symptoms arise that you shouldn't ignore. Continuous stress, for example, can trigger misplaced inflammatory processes, creating repeated warning signs. The body reacts like an overly sensitive alarm, triggering initial symptoms in common situations. At this point, don't ignore it. Adjust the environment before blaming the body. Getting better sleep, reducing ultra-processed foods, and walking for 20 minutes in the sun are practical and accessible actions. For further reading, he suggests Matthew Walker's Why We Sleep to understand how rest regulates these silent signals. Small changes refine the reading of the body's signals and reduce unnecessary noise. Finally, he jokes that the body is like old software running on modern hardware, full of hidden shortcuts. When something is triggered out of place, warning signs appear that seem disconnected, but follow a pattern. Learning to notice silent symptoms is like debugging code. Patience, method, and curiosity. Don't ignore that recurring bodily intuition. It often precedes more significant initial symptoms. Creating conscious pauses during the day helps you listen to the signals your body is sending you. A practical exercise is to stop 3 times a day for 1 minute and check your breathing, tension, and focus. This careful approach opens the door to understanding why certain biological memories begin to behave strangely, setting the stage for the next topic. The virus that became your memory. He often says that the virus that became your memory sounds like science fiction, but it explains a lot about everyday life. Throughout evolution, viral fragments entered the DNA and remained there, silent, like hidden symptoms of human history. These fragments don't directly cause disease, but they influence memory, emotion, and stress response, creating subtle warning signs. When something activates these regions, silent symptoms emerge that seem emotional, not biological. Sudden mood swings or intrusive memories are signs that the body is trying to integrate old information. Don't ignore these early symptoms thinking it's all in your head. These are signs that your body is telling you that something needs reorganization. The mentor likes to use a simple example, a smell that brings back a strong memory without warning. This is biological memory in action, and sometimes it comes loaded with early warning signs. The body reacts before the rational mind perceives it, generating symptoms that you shouldn't ignore. A helpful practice is to map out sensory triggers, smells, sounds, places, for a week. Noting when silent symptoms appear helps to understand hidden patterns. He suggests reading The Body Remains the Marks by Bessel van der Kolk to broaden this understanding. Knowledge reduces fear and transforms bodily signals into allies. He emphasizes that these memory viruses are not enemies, but old files. The problem arises when no one pays attention to the warning signs and everything is suppressed. Repression transforms initial symptoms into automatic, almost invisible reactions. Don't ignore the repetition. When the same discomfort returns, there's a message there. Free writing exercises for 10 minutes a day help to decode hidden symptoms. Gradually, the silent signals gain clear language and lose their power. And it is precisely this invisible inheritance that leads to the next step, where the ancestral past begins to shape the present body. The ancestral tale blueprint. He explains that the ancestral tale blueprint is the silent reminder of when our ancestors had tales, now transformed into hidden instructions. These marks remain as silent signals in the DNA, guiding posture, balance, and even emotional reactions. When something disrupts this old map, early warning signs appear in the form of lower back pain, hip tension, or restlessness. Many people ignore these early symptoms, thinking they are just bad posture or passing stress. But the body's signals persist, demanding attention to patterns that span generations. Don't ignore this repetition, because these are hidden symptoms indicating a need for realignment. Daily stretching and mindful walking help to restore balance and reduce these symptoms. He often suggests simple practices, such as joint mobility exercises upon waking and before going to sleep. Circular hip movements, spinal stretches, and balancing exercises on one foot reveal signals your body is telling you. When there is excessive rigidity, silent symptoms emerge that point to old blockages. Observing these patterns for 2 weeks already reveals clear warning signs. To delve deeper, he recommends Blandine Calais-Germain's Anatomy of Movement, which translates the body into simple language. With this, the symptoms you shouldn't ignore become self-correcting maps. Body awareness transforms discomfort into learning. He emphasizes that the body carries an extremely efficient ancestral engineering. The problem is that modern life disrupts these circuits, creating constant warning signals. A sedentary lifestyle and long hours sitting distort the original blueprint, generating recurring initial symptoms. Don't ignore active breaks. Getting up every 50 minutes and moving for 3 minutes can make a difference. This small ritual reduces hidden symptoms and restores fluidity to the body. Over time, the subtle signs become softer and more predictable, and it is precisely in this transition that space opens up to discover the chimera hidden within each of us. The hidden chimera within. He often explains that the hidden chimera within speaks of the silent mixture that each person carries, as if several biological selves coexisted. Cells with slightly different origins can generate silent signals in the body, confusing those who expect simple answers. Sometimes, early warning signs appear as contradictory reactions. energy and exhaustion on the same day. These initial symptoms are not a failure, they are adaptation in progress. The body tries to integrate old and new parts, sending signals that your body is telling you to slow down. Don't ignore these messages thinking it's just emotional instability. These are hidden symptoms of a complex system seeking balance. He gives a practical example: people who recover quickly from illnesses but experience persistent emotional fatigue. This contrast is one of the most common silent symptoms of internal chimera. The mistake lies in ignoring the warning signs and forcing constant performance. A simple strategy is to alternate days of high demand with days of active recovery. Light walks, deep breathing, and less digital stimulation can reduce symptoms that you shouldn't ignore. Documenting these variations helps to understand real, not idealized patterns. Thus, the body's signals gain logic and predictability. He emphasizes that accepting this internal multiplicity reduces conflict and anxiety. When one party is denied, the warning signs intensify. Initial symptoms return in cycles, calling for integration rather than control. Don't ignore it when your body asks for a break for no apparent reason. Practices such as short guided meditation or reflective writing help to bring these parts together. Gradually, the hidden symptoms lose their threatening tone, and this integration paves the way for human regions that have evolved too quickly, the next step in this journey. The accelerated human regions. He explains that the accelerated human regions are parts of the DNA that evolved too quickly for our own comfort. These regions fostered language, creativity, and empathy, but also created silent signals that were difficult to interpret. When they become overwhelmed, early warning signs appear, such as anxiety without a clear cause or racing thoughts. Many people treat this as weakness, but these are initial symptoms of a brain that needs adjustment. The body's signals appear before total exhaustion, asking for a change of pace. Don't ignore this constant acceleration because it exacts an invisible price. These are hidden symptoms of a brilliant mind working non-stop. He often gives a common example: creative people who are very productive but sleep poorly. This imbalance is one of the most ignored silent symptoms today. An overactive brain sends warning signals in the form of insomnia, jaw tension, or forgetfulness. One practical action is to create a nighttime wind-down ritual, always at the same time. Low lighting, screens turned off, and light reading can help reduce symptoms that you shouldn't ignore. He suggests books like Essentialism by Greg McKeown for learning how to filter stimuli, less excess, more clarity for the body's signals. He emphasizes that it's not necessary to switch off the mind, but to teach it to alternate modes. When there is no change, the warning signs accumulate silently. Initial symptoms often go unnoticed until they develop into chronic fatigue. Don't ignore short breaks during the day, even if they seem unproductive. Taking 2 deep breaths can calm overactive areas of the body. As a result, the hidden symptoms decrease and focus improves. This balance opens the door to understanding who really controls the code behind the machine, which is the next topic. Ghost in the machine code. He often says that ghost in the machine code is that strange feeling when the body reacts before a conscious decision is made. It's as if an invisible code were running in the background, emitting silent signals that almost no one notices. These early warning signs appear as automatic impulses, repetitive choices, or unexplained discomforts. Many people treat this as bad luck or personality traits, but they are initial symptoms of deep-seated patterns at play. The body's signals emerge before the rational mind can justify anything. Don't ignore this bodily anticipation because it carries valuable information. These are hidden symptoms of a system trying to protect itself. He gives a simple, everyday example: the person who always freezes up before speaking in public. The body reacts first, with sweating or chest tightness, classic silent signals. These symptoms, which you shouldn't ignore, stem from past experiences recorded in the code. A helpful practice is to slow down your reaction. Take 3 deep breaths before acting. This slight delay allows one to observe the warning signs without being overwhelmed by them. Writing down recurring emotional triggers helps to map this invisible code. Over time, the body's signals become more predictable. He emphasizes that the ghost doesn't want to sabotage, it wants to warn. When the user ignores the warning signs, the code repeats the error in a loop. Initial symptoms return stronger, demanding attention. Don't ignore patterns that repeat themselves in relationships, work, or decisions. A practical approach is to review important choices after a period of calm, not in the heat of the moment. Thus, the hidden symptoms lose their automatic control. And it is precisely this legacy of learned patterns that leads us to the next theme, where the past attempts to inscribe itself on the future. Lamarck's ghost in your genes. He explains that Lamarck's ghost in your genes is the unsettling idea that experiences leave marks that go beyond conscious memory. There are habits, fears, and resistances that emerge as silent signs, even without an apparent personal history. These early warning signs appear as unexplained aversions or unexpected natural talents. Many people call this a way of being, but these are initial symptoms of inherited adaptations. The body's signals speak before logic, calling for fine-tuning in the present. Do not ignore these recurring inclinations because they carry ancient instructions. These are hidden symptoms of lessons learned without words. He uses a practical example: people who cope better with scarcity or risk without ever having experienced it. This readiness is one of the most curious silent symptoms of adaptive inheritance. The body reacts as if it has already trained, emitting warning signals when something deviates from the expected. A conscious action involves observing automatic reactions in new situations. Writing down what comes to mind, fear, calm, impulse, helps you understand the signals your body is sending you. To delve deeper, he suggests Bessel van der Kolk's The Body Keeps the Score as a bridge between body and heritage. Knowing the origin reduces blind repetition. He emphasizes that this is not an immutable destiny, but a trend. When you ignore the warning signs, the trend becomes the norm. Initial symptoms recur until they become a lifestyle pattern. Don't ignore the chance to reprogram responses with conscious choices. Gradual exposure exercises and daily reflection help to alleviate symptoms that you shouldn't ignore. Thus, the hidden symptoms lose their inherited rigidity. And it is at this point that the system reaches its limit, opening the door for an abrupt event that changes everything. The chromosome shattering event. He describes the chromosome shattering event as that rare moment when the system collapses in order to reorganize itself. It's not something visible, but the body gives silent signals that precede major changes. Early warning signs may appear, such as mental confusion, sudden exhaustion, or an urgent need for isolation. Many people treat this as a personal failure, when in fact it is an initial symptoms of rebuilding. The body's signals are asking for a strategic pause, not giving up. Don't ignore these hidden symptoms, because forcing them to continue usually makes things worse. These are signs that your body is telling you to stop and recalculate. He uses a very human example: people who break down after years of performing at their limit. Before the collapse, there were clear, silent symptoms: irritability, loss of pleasure, diffuse pain. These symptoms, which you shouldn't ignore, appear long before an explicit crisis. One practical action is to reduce non-essential commitments for 30 days. Sleeping more, simplifying tasks, and asking for help create space for internal reorganization. He suggests light and restorative reading during this period, such as The Courage to Be Disliked. Less pressure accelerates real reconstruction. He emphasizes that shattering doesn't destroy who a person is, it only dismantles what is no longer useful. When warning signs are heeded, the reorganization process is smoother. Initial symptoms lessen in intensity when they receive proper attention. Don't ignore the intuition that something needs to change, even without a logical explanation. Daily silence practices and a review of priorities help to integrate hidden symptoms. Over time, the silent signs transform into clarity. And when that dust settles, the mind is ready to see everything that was hidden from the beginning. Now, the inevitable question is, what are you going to do with all of this? Because after seeing these silent signs, pretending not to see them ceases to be ignorance and becomes a choice. Every warning sign that appeared along this path, every discomfort, every repeated pattern, every strange sensation, was always trying to protect you, not sabotage you. Your body was never your enemy. It just speaks softly and punishes those who insist on ignoring it too late. If you start paying close attention, you'll realize that many of the initial symptoms that seemed random follow a precise logic. They appear before the breakdown, before the major mistake, before the wrong decision. These hidden symptoms are invitations for adjustment, not definitive sentences. Small, daily changes. Better sleep, less excess, more silence, more conscious choices already completely transform how the body's signals manifest. It's not about controlling everything, it's about listening early. So here's the challenge. What signals is your body giving you that you've been putting off for years? What symptoms that you shouldn't ignore keep appearing, waiting for you to take them seriously? If you truly apply this knowledge, your life won't magically change. It will change through precision. And if this kind of awareness has awakened something within you, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Because this was just the beginning. And the next videos will teach you how to read signs that almost no one notices.